Hello and welcome. We are in Milan at the home of Mafra, who make the Labocosmetica range of detailing products, and I'm joined here by none other than Reggy Cox.
Thanks.
And he's a terribly exciting guy. He's very cool. He's also Dutch, so we've been making Dutch jokes more or less for the whole 2 days we've been here.
True.
It's fun.
Very true.
And I've asked Reggy to run through some sort of highlights of the Labocosmetica range. The Mafra factory here is vast. We've got manufacturing, we've got research and development, they've got bona fide chemists and research development and lots of very clever looking machines. We've been looking at your ceramic coatings and how they work. We even had a PowerPoint presentation, which was awesome. So what I want to do now is just have a look at the sort of maintenance, wash, decontamination products that you've got here. And what's fascinating about Labocosmetica is that they create a product around a requirement, not around an existing product genre. So they've got a couple of products that aren't comparable to anything else because they've just thought, right, well, we need to fix this. And so we're going to create a product to do that rather than just put it into a box. So if we start with that particular product that's in mind, which is a decarbonizer, which is Kronos, or hashtag Kronos. Everything's hashtagged. I don't know quite why that is.
Just for the
visual effect.
Also for the CEO, search engine organization, and the online, everything, and then later.
That's keen. Well, I have to admit the labels are very, very cool, and one thing I want to show you about the labels, so if you ever come across a Labocosmetica product, have a look in the bottom left-hand corner, and there is a little arrow, and it allows you to put this up, and you can teach yourself different languages in a detailing environment. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, I have talked far too much, as per normal. Reggy, tell me about Kronos.
Kronos is what we think a hole in the market, where we have the internal part of the silencer that you need to decarbonize.
So silencer, we're talking exhaust tips here.
Yes, the inside of the exhaust, where we have the buildup of carbon, fumes, and the blackness. And what we used to use was the steel wool in combination with a polish or a polish cone, doing a lot of physical labor, and taking a lot of time, product, effort, microfibers and everything. So we thought if we take it into a different direction, try to dissolve this chemically and do it in seconds instead of hours.
So that makes sense. So as Reggie was saying, you do spend a lot of time and everything goes black. When you're playing with your exhaust pipes, we've got to be careful how we phrase this, but when you're playing with your exhaust pipes, everything goes black and it's very difficult to get that black out. So
sure.
it's really the microfibers, that's the final job. If you're a microfiber and you're going towards the tip of an exhaust pipe, then you know that your life is not long.
And it's the last time you're using that microfiber.
Quite. So that's quite a cool product. I have used it myself on very heavily carbonized stuff, and I found that it did remove an awful lot. Particularly if you apply it twice, because if you've got a thickness of carbon buildup, because it's acting chemically, it can only really act on what it can touch. So it needs to remove the first layer and then you can do the second.
True.
And I actually used it in combination with a bit of wire wool. So you've got the benefit of physical abrasion and the chemical power, and that worked really, really nicely. And the other thing to consider is stainless steel is quite hard, but if you've got mild steel exhaust, which is softer, when you're using kind of abrasive, you've got to be careful not to actually just scratch the metal as
exactly.
well. So that's a nice system for that, so big on, say, classics and stuff like that. Anyway, what would you like to talk about next?
Well, let's start off with one I'm most excited about, and that's Purifica. Purifica is our decontaminant wash. We call it our aspirin against lime scaling. We designed this product because we think that if you have different kinds of contamination on the car, a pH neutral product just has its limitations. So to remove mineral deposits, lime scaling, rejuvenation of ceramics, then we need a product that contains acid without corrosive ingredients. So it can take off the mineral deposits. So what you see is when you apply ceramic coating and you're driving all summer and everything's going fine, you got your beading, you got your sheeting, you got your shine, and everything is okay. But then we drive into the winter. We get the wetness, the rain, the salts, the accumulation of, and after the winter we see that the ceramic is dying. It's losing its beading and sheeting. Now everybody then thinks,
oh, the ceramics failed.
The ceramics failed.
And it hasn't.
They ripped me off with the price and the installation. Ceramics, it's not beading anymore, because customers always look at the visual aspect of a ceramic, and that's the beading and the shine. So this product takes down these mineral deposits without affecting the actual ceramic, bringing back the splendor to its original state of the day of application. So in this whole system, this product is the only one on the market right now that can maintain the ceramic at a level that we have not seen before.
That's interesting. And just referring back to the pH, there are two things I kind of want to say there. First of all, is that the pH is just it's just a reading. It's just a number.
Yeah.
In terms of how dangerous an acid or an alkaline is, it's not just down to the pH. There's all sorts of other elements that you need to think about, volatility, concentration, and stuff. It gets complicated and super exciting, but only for people like me. It would appear it's not first aid material. And so you get lots of people saying, "Oh, you need pH neutral to maintain your LSP." In the belief that if you were to put something slightly alkaline on there or slightly acidic on there, that if you were using, say, an organic wax, it would take it off. There are a lot of wax manufacturers, particularly of hybrid waxes, who actually say that it makes no difference whatsoever. But generally speaking, for things like water spotting, you're looking for an acid, because that's how it works. Same with things like concrete. They prefer to come off with an acid. They won't come off with an alkaline. But a lot of the more cleaning-focused shampoos and pre-washes, they're on the alkaline scale, which will remove certain other elements. So that brings us on to
Primus.
Primus. Tell us about Primus.
Primus is the alkaline solution to get rid of your organic substances on the car. So we have the bird impacts, we have the dirt, we have the grease, the pheasants that are stuck in the grill.
Yes.
You need a high concentration of the product to get rid of the pheasant. Instead
Bit of pressure, I find. Pressure
a little
also
bit.
helps. Yeah.
Yes, it means at least a little bit. So this product is doing what an alkaline pre-wash is doing as you know it from the early days, without the caustic ingredients. We need to know for sure that the surface to be treated is fully respected on every single surface. So to emphasize this, we took both of these products back to Germany for the VDA, for the Verein der Deutsche Automobilen, an independent body that is focused on car wash chemicals, car wash installations, what car wash installations should be looking for on angles of how to... So we got, on both of these products, we got a Class A certification, making it 100% safe for every single surface. So the pre-washes we already know from the early days with the caustic ingredients contain these caustic ingredients that can affect plastics, aluminum. It used to be true chrome. Today it's just a piece of plastic with chrome plating on it. So it becomes very delicate. We as detailers are stuck with the manufacturers reducing quality of the materials they are using. So we need to adapt the chemicals for those materials.
Okay, we have mumbled enough about these. What's those?
Next one in the line, also an innovative product. I have to tell something about the history, because some of these products are born because of the necessity in the market. So this product was designed because of the problems they have in the Philippines. In the Philippines they have the monsoon, huge accumulation of water, raining, the smog in containment with the acid rain. Take then the sunshine that's coming blasting on the car, immediately drying, making the car contaminated at a level you've never seen before. Now water spot removers, we all know, but this takes it to the next level, where we can dilute this product to a certain level and just ease off the amount of lime scaling on top of the car without...
So this you can dilute and spray over the whole vehicle rather than just sort of spot repairs.
We do, like I said, in Purifica we say that Purifica is our aspirin against lime scale, and sometimes aspirin doesn't work because you get sick and you go to the doctor and you need an antibiotic. And this is what we designed the Ergo for. So if you want to apply nano protection on a windshield and you just take a little bit of washing, there's always mineral accumulation on top of the windshield, reducing the amount of protection or duration of your windshield protection or your water repellent. This product takes down all the minerals, leaving a sterile surface ready to be coated or protected. It's one definitely one mind-blowing product. What we see is that the project doing in Korea is doing so well that we already stocked out twice because of the amount of product they're buying there. And
this is quite a small bottle. How far would this go? If you, for example, just spraying the whole car post-monsoon, and we get kind of monsoons too, frankly, it's just we don't call them monsoons.
No, we don't.
It's just wet and cold.
It's bloody raining.
He does a great Cockney accent, by the way. So how much, if you were to do spray over a whole car that had got watermarks all over it, how much of this bottle would you be using?
I think if you do a dilution of 1 to 5, and you do a 500 ml bottle, you can make minimally 5 bottles. So you have 2.5 liters to use for this whole sequence.
That's pretty cool. And so that leaves us with Veritas. Now, I want to do the introduction of Veritas, if you may.
By all means.
We've been playing around with this. If you're a cynic, well, in terms of a quick kind of way of describing it, it's a panel wipe.
Yes.
Essentially. Now, detailers often refer to panel wipe as truth serum, and Labo have gone that much further and call it Veritas, which I suspect is foreign for truth.
Latin.
Yes. Well, which is varying the case on hence verify, etc., etc. But we won't get into etymology now. This is the wrong channel. But I've seen, we've had Ian and James, who are actual detailers rather than just people who talk about detailing like me, and they've been using it on ceramic coating high spots and stuff like that, and they are absolutely blown away. There have been many expletives. They're very impressed with it. But tell me a bit more about this.
So the initial design was, if you take traditional IPA, you have a product that's very volatile, very fast evaporating. So what we did is we tried to move into a different direction, going into the range from nephews from alcohol, going to 3 different types of solvents, combining them together, making sure that the surface becomes less static because there's less friction necessary and very slow evaporation. The product is concentrated. In its concentrated form, it is true the guardian angel of the ceramic application. When you see a high spot and you forget it, and it's the next day, you're already in the nightmare phase where you have to repolish, sometimes have to sand, depending on which ceramic you're using.
Tears before bedtime.
This product guarantees you that depending on the amount of physical content, you can remove ceramics. Our Blindo you can remove in the first 36 hours. So if you make a mistake, you have 36 hours to correct it with Veritas. The other way around is that when we make a surface prep, so a panel wipe prior to the application of a ceramic, you can dilute the product to 1 to 3. Now if you want to swirl a highlighter to make the truth after the polishing operation to see if the true result is there, you can dilute it.
But just to go into a bit of detail, when we say the true result, polishes all contain an element of, not necessarily intentional fillers, but oils and lubricants and all sorts of things they will leave behind. And these literally fill minute swirls so that the car looks perfect.
Yes.
But then, of course, they will eventually come out, and if they're underneath the coating, that can cause trouble. So the point of a panel wipe is to make the paint naked, essentially.
Exactly. Because if you're working with nano protection, if you have microscopic contamination, you have reduction of linking of the actual protection on the surface, reducing the durability. So if your preparation is already flawed in the surface preparations, that means that your ceramic is never going to perform what the manufacturer is promising you. If you say, okay, well, we got 5 years of protection, that's fine, but you need to go down basically to the most sterile surface imaginable before you apply your nano protection.
Absolutely.
And this makes it a standalone product on the market.
It's quite fun. I'm looking forward to playing with this.
Me too, man. Just don't use it to light the barbecue. It's no,
that's what happens to the...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, thank you very much for watching. We're going to do another video on your ceramic coating range.
Yes.
But we didn't want to kind of put too much into one video. So keep an eye on the channel for updates. Reference the Labocosmetica. Reggie, it has been a pleasure.
Thanks, Bert. Honor's mine.